Today we will speak about geometric proof. Write a justification for each step, given that angle A and the angle B are supplementary and measure angle A equal 45. Okay. We will do two columns. Okay. The first one, we will write the statement in it, and the second column, we will write the reason. The first one, he give you what? Angle A and the angle B are supplementary. It's a given. What is the second information? Measure angle A equal 45. It's also given. From the supplementary, what do you know if I told you we have two angles are supplementary? This is mean the summation of them equal 180. From where I know this? From the definition of the supplementary angles. So when he gave you two angles are supplementary, what is the next step? You must write the measure of the first angle plus the measure of the second angle equal 180. From where do you know this? From the definition of supplementary angles. If he gave you angle A and the angle B are complementary, so what is the next step? You will write measure angle A plus measure angle B equal 90. From where you know this information? From the definition of complementary angles. Okay, so if he said supplementary angles, this is mean, it's mean the summation of the two angles equal 180. If he said the two angles are complementary, the next step you must write the summation of the two angles equal 90. From where you understood this? From the definition of supplementary angles or from the definition of the complementary angles. Okay, so what is the next step? Excellent. Evaluation or substitution. I know the measure of angle A equal 45. So instead of angle A, I will write 45. It's substitution. 45 plus measure angle B equal 180. Substitution property of equality. From step 1 and the step 2, 1 and 2, what is the result? Measure angle B equal 180 minus 45. It will be 135. So what is the next step? I will subtract 45 for both of sides. Okay, so measure angle B equal 135. Why? Because subtraction property of equality. Okay, please, when a justification is based on more than the previous step, you can note this after the reason, as in example 1, step 3. Okay, write a justification for each step, given that B is a midpoint. What is the meaning of midpoint? Of AC and the line segment AB congruent to the line segment EF. B is the midpoint of the line segment AC. It's given. Excellent. The line segment AB congruent to the line segment BC. From where do you know this? B is a midpoint. So what is the meaning of midpoint? Midpoint is bisects or divide the AC to two line segments equal in length. Do you remember this? So AB, the line segment AB congruent to the line segment BC. From where? From the definition of the midpoint. Because the midpoint divide the whole line segment into two line segments equal in length. Okay, do you remember this from the definition of the midpoint? Okay, the line segment AB congruent to the line segment EF. From where you get this? It's given. The line segment BC congruent to the line segment EF. From where? Transitive property of congruence. Do you remember when we said we have three line segments? We have AB, and we have BC, and we have EF. AB, the line segment AB congruent to the line segment BC, and AB congruent to the line segment EF. So BC, the line segment BC congruent to the line EF. It's a transitive property of congruence. Do you remember this? Excellent. What is the meaning of theorem? Theorem is any statement that you can prove. Once you have proven a theorem, you can use it as a reason in later proofs. Okay. What is the first theorem we will speak about today? The linear pair theorem. What is the meaning of the linear pair theorem? If two angles form a linear pair, if two angles form a linear pair, two angles form a linear pair, okay, then they are supplementary. What is the meaning of they are supplementary? The summation of them equal 180. The summation of the measure of the two angles equal 180. Okay, so what is the given? Angle A and angle B form a linear pair. If they form a linear pair, what is the result? What is the conclusion? Angle A and angle B are supplementary. Okay. What is the second theorem? The congruent supplements theorem. If the two angles are supplementary to the same angle or to the two congruent angle, then the two angles are congruent. What is the meaning of this? Angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary. Angle 2 and angle 3 are supplementary. How many angles we have here? We have three angles. 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2 supplementary. 2 and 3 are supplementary. So what is the result? This is mean angle 1 congruent to angle 3. Understand this step or this theorem? Again, measure angle 1 equal 100 and measure angle 2 equal 180. Measure angle 1 plus measure angle 2 equal 180 because they are supplementary. Okay, and measure angle 2 plus measure angle 3 equal 180. Measure angle 1 equal what? Measure angle what equal 180 minus measure angle 2. So from here, measure angle 1 equal 180 minus measure angle 2. Okay. And here, measure angle 3 equal what? Measure angle 3 equal 180 minus measure angle 2. So measure angle 1 equal 180 minus measure angle 2. And the measure angle 3 equal 180 minus measure angle 2. So look at this side, 180 minus measure angle 2. And here 180 minus measure angle 2. They are equal. So this is mean measure angle 1 equal measure angle 3. And we said the measurement lead to congruent. So angle 1 congruent to angle 3. Understand this?